Today on The Occult Detective, we're going to celebrate Frank Frazetta's birthday. Before we get to the subject of today's video, I wanted to show off a couple of things. I picked up a copy of The Princess and the Goblin by George MacDonald with illustrations by Jesse Wilcox Smith at the bookstore I work in. Terrific end papers. Love the cover of that too. And this is a classic fairy tale, just wonderfully illustrated. This was a lot of fun to find. Couldn't pass it up, obviously. And ironically enough, my friends and I are getting ready to start an advanced Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Yes, I said advanced Dungeons and Dragons. That's essentially the game we played the most when we were in high school. And when I dug out all my old books, I noticed that my monster manual was gone. And I had loaned a lot of my books out many years ago, especially those early editions, and the monster manual never made it back home. So at the bookstore the other night, this popped up. So I was able to grab this for a mere $10. While it has a different cover than the Sutherland that I had as a youth, it is the same book on the inside. Classic. Nice to pick this up. I will put it to good use. Now, on to the Frank Frazetta celebration. As you're well aware, I'm a huge Frank Frazetta fan. You can see over my shoulder the Frazetta Girls 2024 calendar. The month of February has a terrific Frank Frazetta painting. As I said, we were discussing starting an AD&D campaign, and so as I was looking for my old books, something else popped up. Ironically enough, as we celebrate Frank's birthday, in amongst my old D&D books were Frank Frazetta collector's cards from 1993, and I had several chromium cards. Now, these are not placed in the order from the checklist, but in the order as I received them. I purchased them at a comic book shop in Kokomo, Indiana. Whenever I go in to buy comics, I grab a couple packs of these cards. And I had an amazing luck. The chrome cards just kept popping up. As you can see, there's some. And I keep one in particular in a little frame. The Death Dealer, one of my favorites. Also, as an extension, Ken Kelly trading cards. Ken Kelly was Frank's nephew through his wife. And Ken Kelly really made a name for himself painting the Conan the Barbarian pastiches. And while Frank is my favorite illustrator of all time, oddly enough, my favorite Conan illustration of all time actually came from Ken Kelly. Let's show this first. And then that is my favorite Conan. But Ken, he was a very talented illustrator. But today being Frank's birthday, born February 9th, apropos that I came across these wonderful trading cards. And if you're not familiar with Frank's work, I highly recommend you go out and rectify that. I mean, he was everywhere in the 70s and 80s. As you know, I had an opportunity to work quite closely with Frazetta Girls, a company run by Frank's daughter and granddaughter, when we worked on the Fire and Ice miniatures adventure game, which is kind of a RPG board game hybrid. And I love Frank's work so much. He's just a raw, visceral talent. Is very kinetic. To me, my favorite author being Robert E. Howard, my favorite artist being Frank Frazetta. They are so similar in the way that through their art, they were able to encapsulate kinetic energy and just paint such a vivid picture. You know, Howard, with his words, and Frank, every canvas he touched, it was more than just a painting. It was an entire universe that just kind of swelled and drew you in, and every painting was a story. And I really appreciated it. And so here's to you, Frank. Happy birthday, wherever you are. And know that your legacy is in good hands. And we miss you. But your art continues to inspire.